This story of Esther is based on a true story. For that reason, if you're under the age of 12, please watch this with an adult. Hello folks, how are you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Esther and today is episode 2 of Bible Tea Party. Okay, so I'm excited about this. So we are going to start our video about what happens now that Esther is Queen of Persia. Let's get into this video. Let's do it. Where we left off was where Esther, this young woman who's trying to just get back home, basically, as ordained by God, got promoted from just a random Jew in the land of Persia to be the queen of Persia. Now listen to this. The ruler of Persia, Xerxes, the king, he was in charge of 127 countries. So Esther now is a queen of all that. So life, however, in all that. Okay, so she's queen, right? She moves into the palace. No more Queen Vashti, it's Queen Esther now. And remember when we left off, we talked about how her uncle, who nobody knows her uncle because her uncle was like, don't tell anybody you're a Jew. At the right time, we'll reveal it. Her uncle saved her husband's life, aka King Xerxes. But the king just wrote it in his book of records. This dude Mordecai is a good guy. All right. Now, fast forward a little while. This dude, Haman. Okay, so Haman was many generations after Saul. If you don't know who Saul was king of Israel. God told him to kill the Amalekites, and he's like, sure, I'll kill some of them, but I will kill not all of them. Well, many generations later, guess who came from not following the direction? That's right, Haman. So Haman, an Amalekite, rose in rank, right, to basically be second in command to Xerxes, because this guy, he's a party dude. Yeah, just I don't think he picks his advisors or his people very well. Anyways, he picks Haman, right? So Haman comes, and Haman rises in ranks. He becomes pretty much second in command, and he's feeling himself. He's like, oh yeah, I'm Haman. Everybody loves me, everybody bow down to me. And one day he actually decided, you know what, that's what I want. I want everyone to bow down to me. So he's like, I'm gonna get on my horse, and all of you gonna bow down to me. They're like, okay, cool, it's Haman. I mean, what are you gonna do? So Haman was like, bow down to me. They're all like, okay. Well, Mordecai, who serves Yahweh, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, who knows that you don't bow to nobody but your God. It's like, all due respect? No. Haman was like, excuse me? They're like, yeah, well, his people, his God. No, he's like, his people, his God. I'm gonna deal with his people. Then we're gonna see where he's God at. So he went to Xerxes and goes, hey, there's this group of people, do not worry your head about it, but they are breaking the law of the land, and they ain't doing right, and they ain't listening. They don't care about your land, your people. We should probably just get rid of them. So this is like, well, I mean, 120 countries, y'all, come on. He didn't ask questions. He's got turned on his plate. There's a wall knocking by his door. He's ignoring it, partying it up. So he's like, oh yeah, cool, I trust you, here's my ring. So he gives him his signet ring, because back then that's like the mid signature, like a stamp, So he gives him his ring. Haman is like, okay, Israel's, you're going down. So he's like, Jews, you're going down. So he writes this big thing, the name of the king, and tells them, go get rid of these people. And Mordecai sees this and freaks out, right? Takes his clothes, tears it, puts ash on his head, which is a sign of sorrow, and he's like crying on the side of the side of the road. So he walks by the palace, And one of Esther's people was like, because she has a people that she trusts. She's like, she didn't tell everybody, but she told some people. So it's like, isn't that your uncle over there? It's like, yeah. He's yeah. She's like, can you please take these things, nice, kingly things, very royal things, take it to him, tell him to take care of himself, and my uncle might gonna look messy, nah. So she sent it to him, and he sent the letter that Haman had sent back to her and says, one, I'm not wearing that because this is not the time for it. Two, you need to do something about that because they can't plead for your people. And Esther's like, well, here's the problem with that. I know I'm the queen, but remember, this dude has many concubines. So sometimes it's not Queen Esther that he wants with him up at night. So it had been 30 days, y'all. 30 days that Esther had not seen her husband, the king, because that's just life of the queen of Persia. So she sends me, says, one, it's been forever. Two, even though I'm the queen, if I stand before this guy, you guys know this kid is crazy. If I go before him and he's not happy with me in that moment, he can say he should kill me. Do you really want me to put my life in line for that? Sorry, Uncle Mordecai, I can't. You can't be asking me to break the rule of the land. So Jude went back to him. He's like, your niece says this, and Mordecai says, okay, two things. One, the palace is not meant to protect you. If the Jews are going down, girl, queen, you're going down too. Don't think being there is gonna protect you. Two, who knows if maybe the reason why we didn't go back to Israel is because God has pushed there for this very reason. Such a time as this. That's where that phrase comes from. Such a time as this. So she's like, oh Lord. Alright, it's like, alright, here's what's gonna happen. I'm not about to rush into this. Remember Vashti was very Esther was like, I'm gonna pray about it. I'm gonna fast, give me 3 days. Y'all pray, y'all fast. I'm gonna pray here with my girls, we're gonna fast. I'm gonna go there, and if this is how it's gonna be, and I die, so be it. If not, we can save our people. So, all right, cool. So we went and pray. She went and prayed. She fasted. While she was praying, when she was fasting, God gave her an idea. Best idea ever. Okay. So remember Haman, whatever you wanna call him. He was still very angry about what's his face? Mordecai not bowing to her. But the day after she stopped fasting, she went before the king. This dude took his scepter and laid it on Queen Esther, which meant, I am pleased with you. Oh my God, she's not gonna die. That part just gives me like so many goosebumps when I read the Bible. Like, oh, she's gonna die. She's not gonna die. Oh my gosh. Okay, so he lays his hand, whatchamacallit, scepter to her, saying, "Come before me. You're accepted. You found favor with me." He says, "All right, stand up." And she gets up, and he's like, "What do you want?" And he's like, "I want to have a party." Now y'all know this dude. This dude likes to party. Food, wine, he's cool for that. Unlike Vashti, Esther knew her husband and knows how to get him to say what's in him. There's a way that you address it. Anyways, we're not going to all that because we're already 9 minutes in. So let's keep going. Okay, so she said, let's have a little party. Not too many people. Let's keep it personal, just me, you, and Haman. You like him. He's a bestie. Like, yeah, cool. So he sent a message to Haman saying, guess what? You're having a private party with me and the queen. And Haman is like, that's right. Let's go. And then like, God, just whatever, goes to the party. He's all excited. They party. Towards the end, they're like, dessert and wine. And the king's like, now I know there's something in your mind more than just this party. So tell me what it is. Tell me anything. I will give it to you. I will give you half of my kingdom. And she's like, I haven't done this till one more day. Remember? He likes that. Let's do one day. He's like, that's cool. Let's do it. Haman, high on wine and all this, personal private party. He's like on his horse going home. Guess who he sees on the side of the road? That will not bow to him, even though everybody's bowing to him. That's why Uncle Mordecai, because he knows who he serves. He must follow the crowd to do nothing, right? Okay, so he's so angry. He's like, this dude just spoiled my mood. So he goes home, talks to his wife, Varesh or whatever her name is, I can't remember. And they're 10 kids and talking about, literally, he has 10 kids. So him and all these kids are like, oh, how about you build a gallows, to hang Mordecai. I know. Too close to home. Anyways, a gallows to hang Mordecai, and then tomorrow when you go do your second party with the king, you can tell him that this dude you want to get rid of. So it's like, yeah, that's cool. They build the gallows, goes to bed, goes to the next day, thinking like, oh, this is gonna be so great. So that night, the night of the party, the first party, maybe he ate too much, wild boar or whatever, but for some reason, God is God, and when he wants to mess with your enemies, he ain't gonna let them sleep. So Xerxes can't sleep, right? So Xerxes goes, and a good reading helps him calm. So he goes to his animals or whatever, record of history, and he's looking through and he's like, hey, this dude Mordecai, like, did we even reward him? Like, no, I guess we didn't. Now, perfect timing. Haman was coming to tell Xerxes that there's a dude, aka Mordecai, that he wants to kill off. And Xerxes is reading about the guy, aka Uncle Mordecai, who he did not reward yet. So he's all like, oh my God, what do I do for this guy? What do I do for him? Haman comes and says, hey king, what's up? And the king's like, oh my gosh, dude, like you'll be the perfect one to help me with this. Are you ready? So there's this person I'm pleased with, right? And I want to reward him in front of everybody. And Haman is like, yeah, well, that's somebody you want to reward in front of everybody? Gee, like, how can I help? It's like, thank you for asking. I want to know how to reward him. And he's like, okay, your favorite horse? Yeah. Your favorite crest that you put in front of the horse when people know you're coming by? And one of the robes you've worn before that people really like on you? And then one of your officials that you're really high ranking? Make your officials really high ranking, dress the person in that outfit, put him on your horse, and walk through the town and say, this is how the king rewards the person that he's pleased with. So Xerxes is like, oh my God, you're brilliant. I want you to do that for Mordecai the Jew. Alright, y'all, I thought we were gonna keep this at 2 episodes, but we're out of time. Your life is busy, my life is busy, so I guess we're gonna have a part 3 to this story of Queen Esther. Alright, I love y'all.
I don't wanna spend the rest of my life, so just fly with me. Take a seat, let it loose and just ride with me. I just wanna be me, be free. Catch a vibe, good company. I just wanna be me, be free. If you want, you can come with me. So take me, but take your time, 'cause I don't wanna spend the rest of my life